Hi, Monica. This is Anna Rango, and my partner is Renata Zatova, and we are the team DrinkUp. So, DrinkUp is a pain point that became a project, and it's inspired to help new legal aged people to find their favorite cocktails to order in their next pub, bar, and/or nightclub visit. So, the styling for this app is mainly inspired from nightclubs, so we use a lot of neon and dark purple and black, as you can see. So for the first, and we also added a disco ball. So when we scroll down, we're going to see the third API, which is the JSON file that we created. So this JSON file displays the top 6 recommended nightclubs in Vancouver. So these are it. So we also use framer motion. So when you hover on top of it, it displays the information. It brings it up to light. And when you click on the link, it takes you to the actual website of that nightclub. And that's used throughout all of these. So this information is displayed by this vancouverclubs.json. So each one of them has a name, address, an image that we had to import, and a caption of what their selling point is about the business, and the link to their website. So the way that we displayed this information is we just called first that JSON file to import it to the page, and we mapped through each one, and I had to split it up in 2 just because I wanted to, since the background image right now, there's a pink side and the purple side, I split it up to 2 parts so then the lighting matches with the background. So then this one has a pink background and then the other one has a blue background. But yeah, map through it and link, grab the image, the name, the caption, and the address. So that's it for the third API that we created. Now the actual functionality of why we made this app is through this page, the Start Now. So now it's the quiz, which now my partner will take over.
So the first thing we see on our quiz page is a little description over here. And as we move down, we see several options that you can choose from. So they are separated by categories, ingredients, and alcoholic and non-alcoholic types. So for example, if you choose a cocktail which has gin in it and it's alcoholic, you click on the button to generate the drinks that have all those ingredients in it, and it gives you an array of all the drinks that are taken from the database, cocktail database. As you click on one of the drinks, you'll see a description over here which describes the ingredients and instructions how to make it, and I'll get to this later. So some of the cocktails, it's hard to find, but they also have a YouTube video embedded, so you can see how to make a cocktail. Okay, so this is our second API that we use. It's a fun activity to try after your first drink. So it just randomly gives you activities that are fun to do when you're drunk. And every cocktail has its own activity, as you can see. Also, I'd like to mention that this is responsive. So these cocktails, they always keep standing on the table, no matter what device you're using. Okay, another cool thing you can do is use the search bar to look for a cocktail. For example, we can look for a screwdriver if you want to know the ingredients and how to make it. And as you can see here, there's a video, YouTube video embedded that you can watch right here.
Today we're going to create.
And now let's go to the functionality part of it.
So for the functionality of the quiz, it's a long piece of code, so I'll be switching back and forth from this and also the API that we used. because we did face a small issue, or a small challenge, I would say. So what was slightly inconvenient about the API is that since we wanted to, it has to search through every single drink if it matches the categories, if it's alcoholic or what ingredient it is. But that only shows, that information only is displayed with this link they have, but it only searches for the first letter of each name of the drink. So if I just do like the first letter of every drink is A, it'll only show me the drinks that start with the letter A. As you can see, this is A, for example, this is A1. But since like we're not supposed to just search drinks that only start with the letter A, we're supposed to go through the whole alphabet. So that would mean we would have to Axios.get that link, but also every time it goes through this function, it has to after the letter A moves to B, C, D, and the rest of the alphabet, which is written for here in this for loop. But then after each letter, inside each letter, then it will create, it will grab that data from, like it'll grab this data and then go through two for if statements. Two for loops, and it'll go through the length of all of them. And then, for example, what happens is for the STR, this is the string ingredient. We had to make another for loop since I believe that is a, oh no, never mind. We have to go through a for loop to change also like through each alcoholic ingredient. So what we noticed, there is a pattern with the STR ingredients. So each one starts with STR ingredient 5 and then STR ingredient 6, so all the way to 15. So now we knew that we need to go a for loop through each of these, the STR ingredient, through each of those to search up the specific ingredient that's been selected by the user. So then it'll iterate from 1 to 15 to see if it matches. And if it matches the category and if it matches the ingredient, then it'll push that drink into an array, which is this one. So then that's what we see here when we clicked on cocktail, gin, and alcoholic. It will just display only these results. Now, if one of the results doesn't match, like if I said that I wanted an ingredient that's gin but it's non-alcoholic, which is not possible since gin is a type of alcohol, in case of this no results, it would show this error message saying that looks like we can't find drinks with your specifications. So then it'll ask you to change one of these inputs.
And as to this component, which is called selected results, the way it works, so it grabs Cardi. Cardi is a cocktail selected, which is an object with multiple keys. Here, for example, it just grabs the STR video, which is a link. Here we're mapping through the ingredients and displaying them as lists on the page. And for our second API called activity, it's pretty straightforward. So everything we had to do is just get it working and connected. Since this API randomly gives you different activities, I didn't have to randomize it in any way. So every time a certain every time a certain cocktail is selected, it's going to give you a different activity to do. And here are our playwright tests. We're mainly testing CSS and also some HTML components as well. We have 10 in total.
And we also made components. Well, we used the style components to handle all of that. So here we had the button, which is what you see here. We added a hover state, and it's dynamic, that I can enter whatever color I want. So it does that. These are the buttons, and this is also another one that was made just out of CSS, although this one is static. But here is the component for that. This is the form is this. So like all of this this whole box right here is the form. So in here we pass an argument, and that is passed on from the quiz page, where it's taken from this list of categories. So it maps all the cocktail, all the ordinary drink, punch, party drink, and shake, which is here. And there's the same thing for ingredients. And the information taken from this JSON was from this website that supplied me the website, the details, and it's just taken straight from here.
Thank you, Monica. Have a good day.